everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to look at the McFarlane Doom Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark doomslayer. Huge shout out to McFarlane Toys for sending these over to me to review. So let's take a look at the packaging. As you can see at the top, part of the gold label collection. A gold label figure is simply a retailer exclusive. Whether we Target or Walmart, this particular gold label is an Amazon exclusive. Ages 14 plus, Doom. Doomslayer, classic, but this is the glow-in-the-dark edition. This is actually my first Doom figure. I passed up the line, and I've really wanted one, so it's pretty cool to finally add one to the collection. McFarlane Toys, authenticated limited edition to 5,100 pieces. One side of the package, Doom, Doomslayer, other side blank. At the back, you can see Doomslayer killing a bunch of different monsters from Doom. At the bottom, there's the barcode if that helps anybody. This is one of McFarlane's deluxe figures. Remove the outer sleeve, exposing the figure on the inside. So with no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He comes with a display stand, a collector's card, display stand for the collector's card, and a super shotgun. Before I tell you all that, let's talk about and check out the figure. So this is the Doomslayer. Basically, this is the character you play in all the Doom games. His goal is to take down all the evil demons and the entire horde. He's equipped with a super shotgun, he has his blade on his wrist on his left arm, and then he has his shoulder cannon. This is basically the regular version of the Doomslayer, although this one is glow-in-the-dark. But it looks mostly like the regular version, which is really hard to come by nowadays, so it's kind of cool that Amazon released this guy. This is the glow-in-the-dark version, and it's an Amazon exclusive, so let's take a look. Starting with his face here, he's got that signature Doomslayer helmet. You can see the visor in the middle, good amount of sculpting detail over that thing, and a pretty good paint job. It looks kind of metallic. He has the shoulder cannon here, kind of reminds me of the Predator, and it has plenty of articulation. The Doomslayer armor, now you can tell which part is going to be glow in the dark. Then he has the green shirt underneath, a little hole where you can see his abs and chest, stomach area. Gloves with both hands, single jointed elbows, double jointed knees, very big, bulky sort of legs and ankles. Nice wrinkles on the pants. As a whole, he looks pretty good. And I was on the fence, kind of always thought maybe I should have got Doomslayer a while ago, but here he is. Finally have one in hand. And a closer look at his face and head sculpt. Looks pretty good. I like the sort of weathering and detail, almost damage on his helmet. And here he is, broken down as far as he can go with all of his removable parts detached. I think it's really cool. You can remove the wrist blade and the shoulder cannon. Now let's check out his accessories, starting off with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. It's a larger stand than usual because it's a McFarlane premium figure. It says Doom. It's got one peg hole on his feet. Rectangular shaped, kind of large, and kind of hollow. Here's the collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of the Doomslayer fighting all kind of different monsters and hell beasts. Doomslayer, glow-in-the-dark edition. On the back side, there is a certificate of authenticity. This is number 3013 out of 5100. And it doesn't do much for me, but if you want to display the collector's card next to your figure, you have a stand to do so. Now we have his shoulder cannon, very similar to what the Predators use. I can tell this is also cast in glow-in-the-dark paint. So, the top part here has rotation, also hinged there, and even the base can rotate against the figure. So, a ton of articulation, and it's not fragile at all. Way less fragile than the NECA Predator shoulder cannons. I've broke so many of those over the years. Here's the Doomslayer with a shoulder cannon attached. Now, I really do appreciate that it's removable because I played old school Doom, like 1, 2, and 3, where you didn't have that shoulder cannon. Now for his extended arm blade. I didn't think it was removable. Pleasant surprise. It's got a couple pegs that go into his arm, and it's got a blade. Sculpt, fantastic, looks very good. Paint job, really not bad either. Here's the Doomslayer with the wrist blade attached. And then, of course, we have his super shotgun. It's a large, double-barreled shotgun. It's got this thing at the bottom. and almost like a bayonet. The handle has some wrap on it. Pretty nice sculpt. Here's the doomslayer holding a shotgun. Normally, I would prefer if the figure could have the shotgun sort of angle with the other arm supporting underneath it, but you can kind of get it at the right pose. His hand's not going to ever really support it properly and look that good. So, you'll just have him shooting like so. In addition to being a re-release from the normal version of the Doomslayer, he also glows in the dark. So, I took my blacklight flashlight, hit up the figure. You can kind of see the effect of a black light on him in plain light. Here he is, glowing in the dark in a semi-lit room. And then, glowing in a completely dark room. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing right at 7 inches tall, which can translate to just under 18 centimeters. Now for his articulation. Starting with his head, of course, you can rotate side to side. You can look up, down, just the tiniest bit. Can't really tilt his head from side to side as the helmet's a little too big. Shoulders on a ball joint goes out a little bit more than 90 degrees. The shoulder pads are soft, totally get out of the way, don't obstruct anything. Up, down, around. He has a little bit of wiggle room here. He doesn't have that normal butterfly ring, but the armor sort of covers up that gap. He has no bicep cut here, single jointed elbow with rotation. His wrist can rotate, and it's also hinged. His torso, he has a ball joint. Rotate around, forward and back. Another one on his waist, rotate around, forward and back. Between the two, pretty good range of motion in the torso area. I get more out of the torso than the waist on this guy. Legs, complete as splits, McFarlane style hip joints. Rotation is very good on him. Legs go forward about that far, go to the side just a little bit further, back, not much. Looks like single jointed knees, I was wrong earlier, and they go back far less than 90 degrees. There's no rotation there, but he's got a boot cut, and then his ankle, forward and back. Tilt rock, I'm not really getting any rotation there, I guess that's what boot cut's for. So, a little different than the DC figures. A little bit, I don't know, more primitive. Now switch to the Super 7 Snake Mountain playset. Looks like somewhere the Doomslayer might end up. Fighting demons from hell. Here's the Doomslayer in one of the earlier levels, fighting some of the easier monsters. Here's the Doomslayer progressing through the levels. Enemies are getting tougher. Here he is increasing to the top level, fighting the boss of the stage. Here's a look at the Doomslayer, fending off hordes of monsters. Here he is in that same position, but glowing in the dark. Now let's check him out, next to some other action figures. And I don't have any other Doomslayer or Doom figures, but let's start off by checking him out with some other McFarlane Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark figures. Here's his glow-in-the-dark Doomslayer, next to all the McFarlane DC Multiverse Amazon exclusive premium glow-in-the-dark figures. Titan Joker, John Stewart Green Lantern, Hal Jordan Parallax, The Infected Batman, and Swamp Thing. Now McFarlane has made other glow-in-the-dark figures, but these are not part of the Amazon exclusive glow-in-the-dark subline of premium figures. We have the digitized Batman Beyond, that was an Entertainment Earth exclusive, the Platinum Chase variant of the 1966 retro Lord Deathman, and then the recent Superman, Ghost of Krypton, Page Puncher, Ghost of General Zod. These all glow in the dark. Now let's check them out, next to some action figures from different various companies, so we can see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you don't know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane toy, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the larger action figure lines I collect, and work way smaller. But first, let's check him out with some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all from different video game properties, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to even more McFarlane Toys, and now, with some Jack-specific wrestling figures, and some DST or Diamond Select toys. Here's Doomslayer, next to a can opener, and here he is, with some DC Direct and NECA figures. Then, with both some Mattel and Jazzwares wrestling figures, and now, with some Mezco and Mattel DC figures. Next, with some Mafex and Hasbro Marvel Legends, and finally with some SH figure arts and some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. So overall, the Doomslayer figure is pretty cool. Now I do realize this is a re-release from the original Doomslayer figure from several years ago, so some of the articulation is a little bit dated, but the figure is in very high demand on Amazon. Cheapest I see is $80, so it's pretty nice to have a reasonable alternative price-wise that looks very close to the original one. The glow-in-the-dark armor is close enough to his regular armor that it's really not that big of a deal. Now the glow-in-the-dark feature is fantastic, very vibrant, works great. His other accessories, the shotgun, the wrist blade, the shoulder cannon, they're all pretty nice as well. I really appreciate the solid, non-fragile articulation of the shoulder cannon. Sculpted paint job, excellent, no issues there. Articulation, it's medium, a little bit dated. The elbows and knees could definitely use double joints. If I were to rate this figure, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. Even with the articulation, it's a nice figure, and I'm happy to have a representation of the Doomslayer in my collection. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add it to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.